Hi, grade 11s. Today we are going to revise some of the work that you've done before. The one that you're going to look at is linear number patterns. You will recall that the general formula for the linear number pattern is Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d. The d over here is multiplying everything that is inside here. To make things easier and for people not to forget, I sometimes write it like this. So Tn is equal to a plus the n minus 1 multiplied by a d. The reason is sometimes the d becomes a negative number and people tend to forget that the negative number is still multiplying inside this bracket. Okay, so look at some of the examples that maybe we are familiar with so that we can revise this work. Let's consider this example here. They say we are given 7, 9, 11, 13, etc. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, so etc. etc. So the terms they continue. So we start with the first one there. Now the question is, they say we must find the nth term. So sometimes the nth term is called Tn, as you saw here. Sometimes the nth term is called the general term. Now they want us to find the general term for this. So the formula that we say we use this formula. Right? Now, let's go back to what we have. That is the first term. So the first term, sometimes we can say this is T1. So that's the second term. So this is T2. That's the third term. So this is T3. That's the fourth term. This will be T4. So the nth term would be somewhere, any term, Tn there. So we want the formula for this sequence here, or this number pattern. So to find that, the formula says Tn will have an a value. The a value is the first term. So if they say a value, so we will know that the a value is the first term. So that is exactly T1, that one there. And now the d is the common difference. Now to find the common difference, you will take the term, say you term 2, you subtract term 1. Or you will take term 3, you subtract term 2. Those things should give you the same answer, so they must be the same. Okay, now so to find the nth term for this one, so we say to find Tn, we say the formula says is a plus the n minus 1 times the d. Remember, said I'll be multiplying with the d. Now, so the Tn for this case is the a value, which we said is a value is the term 1. So a value, so this is same as the a value again. So which is 7. So it's a plus. Now the n minus 1. Then the d is the difference. We said to find the difference is either I take term 2 subtract term 1 or term 3 subtract term 2. So I can say term 3 subtract term 2. If I minus these two, so that minus that gives me a 2. You can even take this one here. If you minus these two numbers, the 13 minus 11, you get 2. So the difference there is a 2, is a common difference. Now, we can simplify this by removing the brackets there. So Tn is equal to a 7. Now, this times a n there will be plus 2n. And this times a minus 1 there will be a minus 2. Now, obviously, I have to collect like terms here. So Tn now becomes 2n, and then the plus 7 minus 2 will be a plus 5. So that is the nth term that we're looking for, which we say it can be Tn, or if we like, it can say it's general term. Now, let's look at this one. This one says now, find the 8th term from this one. So if I continue with this thing here, the 8th term, that will be, is this the first, second, third, fourth, the 8th term will be what? So we can just use the formula that we've got. So if we know that Tn is equal to 2n plus 5 from the nth term here, so we can find the 8th term. So that would be T8 T8 8th term, so which will be 2. The n now is replaced by 8, so it's multiplied by 2 by 8, and then a plus a 5. So T8 is equal to 2 times 8 is a 16, then plus a 5, so term 8 will be equal to a 21, because 16 plus 5 is 21. That's our answer. Let's look at another example. Another example will be, consider this one is 13, 9, 5, 1. So we know that in this case now we know what is A. Our A value is 13. All right. So we needed common difference. Difference, we said when you minus this, what do you get? You get a minus 4. And that minus that, we get a minus 4. We can take that one there, that minus that, we get a minus 4. So our difference is a minus 4. So the nth term, so Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 times the D. So Tn will be equal to the A value, which is 13, then plus the bracket n minus 1 times the D, and the D is minus 4. We'll be multiplying by minus 4 here. So Tn is equal to 13, then this times that is minus 4n, and this times this is a plus 4. So Tn will be equal to, collecting like terms, I've got a minus 4n, which is this one, and the 13 plus a 4 is a plus 17. Now this question says, which term is equal to minus 63? You can see these numbers are getting smaller. 39, 5, 1. So which term here will be minus 63? Again, just try and use the formula. Say Tn is equal to minus 4n plus 17. They are not saying find term 63 or term minus 63. They say which term is minus 63. So this whole thing is a minus 63 is equal to minus 4n. We are solving for n, so plus 17. Solving for n, take this across, you'll get 4n is equal to, take this across here, you'll get a positive 63, then plus a 17. So 4n is equal to what is 63 plus 17, that is AD. So therefore, if I divide by 4 both sides, so I'll get n is equal to 20. So which term will be equal to that? That will be 20th term. Now let's look at another example. Sometimes they write it like this. They show you things like this. They will say, consider the diagram below. If you look at this diagram, it's made up of matchsticks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Diagram 1 has got how many? There are 3, right? Here they say how many matchsticks will be in diagram 17. So if I continue this thing here until I reach diagram 77, how many of these things will be in diagram 77? So it's easy if you just look at the pattern that is formed by the matchsticks. In the first one, I've got 1, 2, 3. There are 3 matchsticks. In this one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 matchsticks. In this one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 there. Obviously, you can see that there is a pattern. If I were to continue here, the next one would be 9. And this, you can see that this forms a pattern which is a linear number pattern. So, which means that, therefore, here, we can see that the A value is 3. And then the difference is you subtract 5 minus 3, you get 2. Or you can say 7 minus 5, you get 2. Or therefore, it means that we've got the formula Tn, which is A plus n minus 1 times a D. So Tn, the formula is A value, which is a 3, then plus the n minus 1 times the D, and the D, which is 2. If you multiply out, you get Tn is equal to 3 plus 2n minus 2, which means that Tn is equal to, collect like terms for 2n and then plus a 1. The question is, how many matchsticks in diagram 77? Therefore, it means that in diagram 77, I will have, this is like T77, which I will have 2 times 77, then a plus a 1. So that gives us what? So T77 is giving us what is 2 times 77. 2 times 77. Let's check calculator. 77 times 2. I get 154. So it's 154 plus 1, that is 155. So how many matchsticks will be 155? Now, for your own, can you do from your grade 11 Savla textbook? Chapter 3 says number patterns, revision 3.1, revision exercise there, which is exercise 3.1. They are also as simple as these ones. Good luck.